We're about to get started.
Yes,
Welcome
sir. You're all
out.
good to go. You're all good. Let's do this.
All right, amazing. Well, let's get this show on the way. Happy Saturday. Today is April 18th, Saturday here for us in the US. And obviously, it is early morning on Sunday for all of our friends overseas. And I just want to take a moment to congratulate all of you for being here today. It's crazy how this all started on my birthday, January 3rd. On January 3rd, I made a decision that I was going to be a part of the AURUM platform. I had been looking at it since August, September, and I'm not the type of person that jumps into these crypto projects. Honestly, I've never been involved in any crypto project in my life outside of personally investing in the open crypto market where you can go buy on Binance, you can go buy on Coinbase, right? All of these different Kraken. You can go and buy crypto. I've been doing that since 2013. So extremely familiar with the crypto market, but I've been extremely skeptical of companies like this. Someone put a 1 in the chat box if you also were a little skeptical about AURUM before you got started, not because of AURUM itself, but because of the trauma that people have experienced, been through, or seen with other platforms. Okay? So I want to take a moment to talk about why I'm thankful that I didn't let my skepticism keep me from six figures the first 101 days. Now, I will say this. My goal was to make more than $100,000 in the first 100 days. But unfortunately, I didn't do that. It actually took me 101 days. All right? I could have complained about it. I could have said, you know what? I didn't hit my goal. I'm going to quit. Or someone put a 2 in the chat box if you understand that consistency and persistency will unlock doors, will unlock dreams that maybe it didn't happen as fast as you wanted to, but it still happened because you were going in the right direction. See, on the 100th day into this, I was actually quite short of my goal. Quite short of my goal. I was at only about $50,000 to $60,000. I was halfway to my goal. All right. Someone put a 1 in the chat box. Do you agree that it's good that I was in the right direction, right? Going the right way, but I was quite far away from it, right? Who agrees $50,000 away from your goal seems quite far away from it? But someone put yes in the chat box if you understand that everything can change in a moment. What seemed that was so far away from me was actually only one more day and 2 bonuses away. All right? Some of you right now are right on the brink of stepping into the numbers, the amount, the just overall picture that you saw when you started. You think that you're far away from it, but you don't understand how close that you actually are. My first 115 days, now I've cleared over $130,000. The shareholder bonus, Jeff, did you get yours this morning as well and see that?
Yes,
Have you
sir.
logged into your back office yet?
Yes, sir. It was a bit over $850 for the first shareholder bonus. So it was pretty awesome. Nice little
Come on.
surprise.
Guys, check this out. So I woke up this morning and I stayed up super late working last night. And when I woke up, I looked at my screen. I logged in my AURUM back office and it says, you got a shareholder bonus available. Claim your bonus. That was $1,229 of a bonus just because I achieved a rank. And now the company gave us the ability to share in the total success of the company beyond just our team. On top of that, when I woke up this morning, I was like, this is starting to get really exciting. I'm going to show you guys something. And I normally don't do this, but I want you guys not to be impressed today. All right. I could give, respectfully, I mean this, I could give 2 shits about impressing you. But what I do care about is waking you up and shaking that thing inside of you that says, you know what? If he can do it, so can I. Okay. I want you to check this out. This morning, I woke up with the shareholder bonus over $4,000 in commissions this morning. So while I was sleeping, all right, I woke up over $4,000 in commission. You can see over here on the right-hand side, I've made now over $135,000. And guys, this is on one account. What I'm going to teach you today is going to unlock everything that you could imagine. See, I hit Magnet my first 101 days. My second account is about to go Magnet as well within the next several days. So what I'm going to teach you today is not how I did something and got lucky. I want to make that very clear. So I'm going to put a 1 in the chat box so you understand that. Anybody can get lucky and do it once. But how about within a same 7-day period, I have 2 accounts that are doing the same thing? That's what we are going to talk about today. The second account I have is about to go Magnet, which once that happens, within that account and this account, there'll be over $250,000 within 120 something days. So this is why I need you to understand what I'm about to do is give you the blueprint. Now, before I do that, I want to bring up a special guest. And while this may not be a special guest to you because you may know her very well, one of our team members is actually hanging out in the Maldives with our AURUM team right now. And this is something that is extremely amazing. So, Jeff, if you could help me pull her up as a panelist.
I actually think she might have dropped off because I don't think she's got very good internet connection.
Send her a quick message and see if she can hop back on, and then tell her
understood.
we'll bring her up as soon as she's on. But guys, what I want to do while we're waiting on her, one of the questions I see in the chat box is, what is profit share? Profit share, if you go and look at the compensation plan, profit share is what you make off of your team making money, right? So every single day when your team is making money, you also are getting a profit share of that. That's the team bonus profit share, right? So we're going to go really in depth in the compensation plan here today. And while we're waiting on our special guest and one of our amazing team members, I want to open up the door and give you strategy today. Someone give me a 1 in the chat box if you're locked in and you're ready to learn strategy. See, when my account was sitting two positions away from Elite and Magnet, I'm sitting at Prime, and I'm 2 ranks away from Elite and Magnet. I was able to achieve that in one night. All right? Now, let me tell you why. I need everyone to write in the chat box, voice. Okay? The question is not, how many oracles can I get? The question is not, how many primes can I get? How many elites can I get? I think so oftentimes with success, you look at the millions before you look at the thousands. But you don't understand it's the thousands that's going to push you into the millions. All right? So it's so important that we get our foundation right. So what I want to do today is, while we're waiting on our guest, and Jeff, just stop me at any time when she jumps on, just so we can up. But look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my whiteboard up. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the strategy of what you need to do to run to 7 figures. And the biggest thing that I can give you, this is not some ancient secret. This is not some, you have to have a degree in order to apply it. This is anybody that has a desire. If you saw in the Telegram chat today, I said, I'm bringing the fire, you bring the desire. Because what I'm looking for is people that have a desire to achieve amazing things. They just don't know how to get there. So I'm going to put a 1 in the chat box if that's you. You have a desire, you have a dream, you want to do something amazing for your family. Maybe you want to retire your family. Maybe you want to retire yourself. Maybe you want to go on a trip somewhere around the world. Maybe you want to be in a place that you're like, Josh, I just can't wait till I got $500,000 sitting in a bank. $1 million sitting there that's growing for me, that I can now live free. Like, these are the things that I want you guys to begin to envision. Okay? And I want you to understand why it's so important for you to envision this. If you cannot first see it in your mind, you will never experience it. Someone put a 1 in the chat box if you understand. That is a fundamental truth, a law that is embedded in the code and DNA of ourself as well as the universe. God gave you something special. It's the ability to dream, the ability to see. Before something becomes reality, the ability to see it in your head and to begin to feel like it is yours right now. I'm not going to get into mindset masterclass, but I am going to base today's call off of making sure that you understand that before you have it, you must see it. All right. I'll give you a very clear example. When I was 12 years old, I got a toy Ferrari car, my favorite one, California T, right? Sunroof down. I was 12 years old. I got the toy car. All right. And all the time, guys, I remember being in high school talking about, I'm going to have a Ferrari one day. And people are like, you're never going to have a Ferrari. You're never going to be that rich. You can't be that rich. It's not possible. And I'm like, first off, what a stupid way to think. If other people are doing it and there's people buying Ferraris every year, who's to say, someone put yes in the chat box, that it can't be you? And if it can be someone else, my bigger question then is, why can't it be me? Right? So at 12 years old, I started off with the car in a toy collector's version. When I was 27, it was dropped off, maybe 26. When I was 27, when I was 27 years old, I had my Ferrari dropped off, paid in full, delivered to my driveway. And this is what I believe. Until you see it in your mind, you will never see it in your life. Or if I can put it in terms of my car, right, that I wanted to have so bad, that I dreamed of since I was a preteen, all right? If you cannot see the car in your head in your garage, you will never see the car in your life in the garage. Someone give me a yes in the chat box if you're following me right now. Now, you may be saying, Josh, what does your car have to do with this company? What does your car have to do with my money? I'll tell you, it's the same principle. It's the same law. My question to you is, what do you want? All right? What do you want? Because it doesn't matter what I want. I'm getting what I want. And I'm going to have it regardless if you have what you want or not. But what I want to do is give you the keys to go and get everything that you want, because we're in quite a beautiful situation right now here with AURUM. Okay? So the first step, before I get into any strategy, is what do you want and how bad do you want it? I want you to take notes today. All right? First step, before we get into any strategy, my first thing that I want to position to you today is the question, what do you want and how bad do you want it? You don't have to answer that on the call today, but I want you to take a note of this, so maybe screenshot it. All right. And then after today's call, take some time and have a vision board dreaming session. What do I want? Write it down. Get specific. I want to go to this place, right? I want to go and achieve this. I want to be retired by this, whatever it is for you. All right. I want you to write it down. Now, let's get into the strategy. There is one thing that is going to make all of this move. Who's reading my screen? And Jeff, can you say this out loud?
Voyager explosion.
All right. I need you to understand. There is one thing that is going to make all of this explode. All right. And it is a Voyager explosion. I want to create so many Voyagers that people feel like we're back in the baby boom. We're creating so many babies. All right. Every person that joins the platform, I want them to be, if they desire to build, all right, or by accident, I want them to be ready to go Voyager. Okay. Voyager unlocks everything. I need you to understand that. You can't even participate in the compensation plan outside of the 3% with Nova unless you go Voyager. All right. So the question is, how do you go Voyager? Now, if you think that you're too advanced for this, I want to let you know you're not. All right? Everyone, including myself. How did I make $70,000 in a week? I answered this question. How do you go Voyager? And I didn't just answer it for me. I answered it for the people in the places that I needed to rank up to help them achieve their goals. And by them achieving their goals, it promoted me and pushed me into mine. All right. What seemed like I was so far away from my goal changed in 24 hours because I got obsessed with helping people achieve their goals and got very intentional about it. See, what's happening for many of you right now is you're joining the platform. All right. You jumped into the business, but you didn't jump in with strategy. Someone put a 2 in the chat box if you can honestly say that. I jumped in, I put my money in, but I really had no idea how to go and build the business. Let's be honest. The best thing you could ever do in your life is be honest, because then you can scale from there. Then you can adjust and move from there, right? It's like people that are dealing in the addict world, right? They're dealing with some type of problem. The first thing you say is you got to be honest with yourself. And for many of you, we have money addict problems. Everybody wants money. They need money, but they don't know how to get it. So what I want to do is show you how to get it today. It's so simple. All right. To go Voyager is very simple. You need, at minimum, $100 personally. Okay. In your account. And 7,500 USDT under you trading. Someone put a 1 in the chat box if you know this and you understand this. Now, I want to propose something to you. The minimum you need is $100 in your account, and then you can start to grow. Now, someone put a 2 in the chat box if you agree that just because there is a minimum amount doesn't mean you have to start at the minimum. If you are building your team by just telling people jump in with $100, you are going to be so far away from actually running through these ranks. I want you to think about it. For Voyager alone, if you tell someone, hey, just jump in with $100, you are 75 people away from going Voyager. Someone put a 1 in the chat box if you understand that distance can be closed very easily if you change the way that you approach it. Let's say, for example, instead of coming in at $100 personally, right? You came in at $1,000 personally. And the next 10 people you talked to, you told them what you did. See, if your story starts off, I started off with 100. Someone give me a 1 in the chat box if you understand. You are actually pushing people to follow you, even if you don't want that to be the case. So if you start off with $100 and your message is, hey, I put $100 in, let's get started. You know what they're going to do? All right, cool, I'll put $100 in too. But if you start off at $1,000, now your story is, hey, let me show you this amazing avenue that is growing our money while we sleep. I started off with $1,000. I'm planning to put a lot more into it as soon as I get a little bit more capital. This is all I have right now. All right. Who understands that that story is very different than the $100 story? Right? That's what I did personally. Okay. This is what's really important about this. 75 people is needed in order to go Voyager if everyone starts off at $100. It only takes 8 people if everybody starts off at $1,000. Now, here's the reality. People can start and get in where they fit in. I do want to say that. We are not pushing people to just jump in and put more money in it than they can afford to put in it. But at the same time, I want to look at this in a very practical way. Yesterday, when I was actually last night, right before I went to bed, one person put in $50,000. Another person put in $40,000. I got off a call this week. One person this next week's put in $120,000, right? Other people put in 10, 20, 40, 50. I mean, it's literally all day long that I'm getting notifications about large sums of capital that are going into the aiBot, which now is the volume that is promoting our ranks. Now, I want to show you why this is so important. A Voyager explosion. See, in order for you to go Voyager, you just need $7,500 underneath you trading. That could be 5 people with $2,000 each, right? Gives you even more than you need. All right. But whatever it is, I need you to understand your goal. And what I want you to do today is I want you to go to your back office under the partner program, partner statistics, and look and see where your people are. See, this is the strategy call that's happening today. All right. Because this is exactly what I did. All right. I looked at my account. Okay. And I'm going to say you because right now we're going to talk about you. All right. All you need in this, and it's so important that you guys understand this. All you need in this is 3 top positions. Some of you have built so wide that you have the volume you need to rank up, but because it's not in the right position, you're in a situation where you're not ranking up and your team members are not ranking up because you thought the best strategy was to go as wide as you can. That's not the reality. Once you get your 3 people, start building underneath them. Okay? You know, in order to go all the way up to Oracle, you only need these 2 legs to grow to Oracle. Now to go Prime, you need a 3rd leg as well. So here is my philosophy, and I've said it since day 1. Start building all 3 legs together. If you have 2 that are pushing faster, that is fine. All right? Because to go Prime is only 2 Nexuses and 1 Vanguard Pro. So it's not that difficult. But you may be saying, Josh, I don't even know how to get there. Okay, great. I'm glad you said that. I'm going to show you. In order to go Voyager, you need $7,500 underneath you trading. That could be in any of the 3 legs. But now, in order to go Vanguard, okay, and this is what I want you to start looking at in your business. I do this every day. It's called Know Your Numbers. What are the numbers in my business? All right, where are the people closest to hitting the next rank, and how can I serve them and help them achieve that? Someone put yes in the chat box if you understand that us working together is going to push us further than us just trying to do it by ourselves. All right. And let's say if you're someone that you're like, hey, Josh, I don't even know how to look at this. I want you to reach out to your upline. I want you to connect with someone and say, hey, will you help me with a strategy call? All right. That's what we're going to start getting accustomed to in this community, a strategy call. All right. How can we help you hit your rank? All right. Let's do this and write this out for clear example. All right. This person has $4,000 right now underneath them. All right. This person has $6,000 underneath them. Now I'm talking in USD right now, not LV. Okay. But I want you to look at this. You know, in this writing, and I'm sorry, this is not beautiful. Let me rewrite that just so it's prettier. I was going to put 6K. All right. So now we know in order for these 2 accounts, and this is USDT that I'm talking about. This is not LV. So we know if they have $4,000 underneath them in their team somewhere, however it may be in the team, I know that this person needs $1,500 more to hit $7,500 underneath them, and this person needs $3,500. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you understand that. Like very simple math. Okay? Very, very simple math. Now let me show you what you can do. Some of you actually have a lot of capital, and rather than just sinking it all in your personal account, do know that you can also set up a position underneath you. Guys, I did that as well to rank up. There was one person that was $5,000 away from going Nexus, actually. One needed to go Vanguard, and they already had another Vanguard. So 2 Vanguards qualify you for Vanguard Pro and Nexus. So I looked at it and said, you know what? Watch this. Boom. I dropped $5,000. That person above them went Vanguard. The person above them went Nexus. The person above them went Oracle. Boom. Elite and Magnet was done. Someone give me a 1 in the chat box if you understand. This is simply numbers. This is not a trivia game. This is not who is the most brilliant mathematical genius in the team. This is someone that can look and see what's required, how far you are away, and how to close the gap. So check this out. In very simple terms put, and I'm going to erase this really quickly just to make it so much easier. Okay, I know if we're going to turn this leg into Voyager, VOY, this person needs 3,000 LV, all right, and $7,500 underneath them. Now, here is where this is going to get extremely simple, and I need you to just understand the simplicity of this. In order to go Voyager, you need $7,500 underneath you. Okay, now here is where strategy begins to rule. How do you go Vanguard? First, you had to create a Voyager. What do you do to go Vanguard? You create 2 Voyagers. If you want to go Vanguard, put that in the chat box for me. You need 2 Voyagers. Very simple. You have 2 Voyagers. Boom. This person got what they needed. All right. Voyager. All right. And now, as long as you have 10,000 LV, that's 25,000 in volume. Guys, simple math. Whatever the LV is, it's 2.5 times that in USDT amount. Who understands that? Give me a 2 in the chat box if you're confused. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you understand this, because I want to make sure that everybody on the team understands this. All right, if you're confused, that's great. Put it in the chat box. I want to know, because I need to know who's here on the call. In order to go Voyager, if you go look in the back office, let's do it together. Let's go look at this in the back office together. All right, I'm going to show you where to look. Oh, wow. Check this out. It's just every day I feel like they're just giving us stuff. This is crazy. All right, look at my back office. Congratulations, you reached the first qualification level. Your reward, a $500 gold package. All right, I don't even know what I did to get that, but thank you so much, AURUM. I appreciate it. All right, now this is what I want you to look. In order to hit levels, guys, I want you to see this. All the way up, Prime, Elite, Magnet, and beyond, you have to create Voyagers to get there. So I want you to see something. There is a difference that you're going to see between LV. All right, let's go to the partner program real quick. Guys, watch this. See right here what it says you need in personal investment? All right, you know what you need to do to go Vanguard. You need to have at least $300 and 10,000 LV. How do you get the dollar amount of 10,000 LV? It's times 2.5. If you read the compensation plan, in order to go Voyager, you need 3,000 LV, which is $7,500 USD. All right, look at this. Very simple. Got my calculator. What's 3,000 times 2.5? 7,500, right? Which is what you need in order to go Voyager. All right, what's 10,000? LV times 2.5, 25,000. That's what you need in order, underneath you trading, in order for you to go to the next level. All right, now this is special because this is where you can begin to duplicate in a very, very, very simple way. All right, very, very simple way. And I'm going to go back to my whiteboard right now, but I wanted to show you where to go and see that. And you can even go in your team and go to partner statistics, and you can go down and see what each person has. All right. For a clear example, let's go to Tammy right now. Tammy's a Voyager. Tammy should be a Vanguard Pro. She has the volume for it. This right here is the LV. All right. But let's go in and see what's going on. All right. Logging in. All right, we got Grady Holcomb. Shout out to Grady. So Grady, for example, I'm going to do this live on the call right now. Grady is a Vanguard. In order to go Vanguard Pro, we know, let's look at this. In order to go Vanguard Pro, he needs 25,000 LV. So the good news is Grady already has that. So let's go back to the partner statistics. Tammy Morrison, guys, if you click this arrow, it goes into the account. All right, so check this out. Grady has the volume he needs from a total volume perspective to go Vanguard Pro. So let's go see what he is missing in order to go to the next level. Okay, let's scroll down. So shout out to Scott. Scott is Vanguard already. Now, what I know is this. How do you get a Vanguard Pro? Put it in the chat box for me. What is needed to go Vanguard Pro? Let's pull the chat up. What's needed? Not LV. Rank-wise, what do you need? You need 2 of something underneath you in order to go Vanguard Pro. To go Vanguard, you needed 2 Voyagers. To go Vanguard Pro, you need 2 Vanguards. All right? Now, I need you to remember something. This is so easy. Remember this for me. It's simply multiplication. All right? To go Vanguard, how many Voyagers do you need? Put it in the chat box. 1 Vanguard, how many Voyagers do they need? 2. So if you want to go Vanguard Pro, how many Voyagers do you need to create? 4. Come on. You guys are picking this up quick. This is so easy. 2 to go Vanguard, right? In 2 different legs. Then what you're going to do is those 2 Vanguards, you're going to look underneath their team and you're going to see how do we help the people underneath them in 2 legs get Voyager. That pushes them to Vanguard. All right. If we need them to go Vanguard Pro, what are we looking to do? Create 4 Voyagers in 4 different legs, right? Your 2 Vanguards, they need 2 Voyagers each. So that's 4 Voyagers in 4 different legs underneath your team. Let's look at this very clearly. So Scott already has it. So if I was Grady and I was saying, all right, check off. Scott is Vanguard. So that leg qualifies me for Vanguard Pro. Where am I missing? All right. Check this out, guys. How much LV is needed to go Vanguard? Put it in the chat box for me. We're going to explore this together. And I'm going to show you how to have rational, practical thinking right now. Okay. Where are we focusing? To go Vanguard, how much LV is needed? 10,000. Write it in the chat box for me. 10,000 is needed in order to go Vanguard. Now, someone write in the chat box, if this was your business, who would you be looking to help that's closest to it? Write it in the chat box for me. This is going to be a absolutely next level thinking, but it's so simple. Who is the closest right now to going Vanguard? Is it Fauzi? Is it Amberlyn? Or is it Patrick? All right. So if this was your business right now, don't you guys agree that we should probably go and see what's happening in Fauzi's business? All right. Very simple. So let's go here. We know that we need Fauzi to have 2 Voyagers in order to go to the next level. All right. So we're going to go in here and we're going to see who's where. All right. Good news. Fauzi already has 1 Voyager. So now let's look to these other 2. All right. So, simple question. Who is closest to Voyager right now? The other 2 people that's not Voyager. Who's the closest? I need you to treat your business the same way, guys. Is it Sean or is it Bernard? All right, it's Bernard. Now I need everyone to get out your phone. What I know is in order for someone to go Voyager, how much LV do they need? LV, legacy volume. What do they need? 3,000. Thank you so much. So let's do some simple math. All right. If Grady was saying, how far am I away from Vanguard Pro? Scott is already Vanguard. Fauzi's pretty close to it. He already has 1 Voyager. He only needs 1 more Voyager and to make sure that he has that 10,000 in LV in order to get promoted. So let's do math. 3,000 is what's needed to go Voyager. And right now, underneath Bernard, there's already 709 LV underneath him. So 3,000 minus 709. That's $22.91. So Grady, you're getting a free masterclass within the masterclass today. All right? Someone put a 2 in the chat box if you want someone to help you strategize like this as well. All right? Because this is how I need you guys to how I need you guys to start thinking. Stop thinking this is a $20 business that you could just grow some money and let's just go kick rocks, go hang out on the beach and not do anything. No, build the business so you can go do that and you're making money while you are. All right? So now what I know is Bernard is 2,291 LV away from going Voyager. So now let's do the math. 2291 times 2.5, that's the dollar amount that's needed. So now, someone write that in the chat box for me. 5,727 and 50 cents. Grady is $5,727 away, 28 if we round it up, from going Vanguard Pro. So as a leader, right, what I'm going to do, whether Grady's on this call or not, I'm going to reach out to Grady and I'm going to say, hey, you're $5,700 away from your next rank up. You go Vanguard Pro, that's $1,000 bonus. How fast do you want to hit that? Someone give me a 1 in the chat box if you understand. That is all it takes. So now what's beautiful about this is we can go and look in Bernard's business. Where would be the best place for this to go? Let's go into Bernard. Let's see. All right. So right now, there's not a lot that's building under Bernard in depth. People have just funded their accounts, right? So what I would do is I would reach out to Fauzi and say, hey, which one of these is really ready to run and have you talk to about growing? Let's reach out to them and see if we can help them go Voyager, right? Or if you have somebody big that's coming in, if you drop somebody that puts in $6,000, that's obviously going to make Fauzi his money, right? But what he needs to qualify. But let's say that someone puts $7,500 underneath all of these people, right? From Fauzi, right down, under Bernard, under Jennifer, under Muhammad. That would make all of them Voyager, right? So now in order for them to go Vanguard, they just need one more Voyager in another leg. See, guys, this is where I want you to understand how simple this is. All right? This is not complex. I want to make that very clear. Someone put a yes in the chat box if you understand that this is actually really, really simple. We just need to start thinking about this like a business, right? Go in and look. It tells you what you need. Go to the partner statistics, go to the partner program tab in your back office. It tells you what you need personally, what LV you need. And now at that point, what you do is go and say, how many Voyagers can we create? And the answer to that is very simple, as many as we want. All right, so let's go back to the whiteboard and let's get into strategy. All right, so now we know, and I'm going to erase this drawing because it is so ugly. All right, here we go. Now we know, and I'm just going to write this out now so we're not drawing out. All right, to go Vanguard, you need 2 Voyagers. To go Vanguard Pro, you need 4 Voyagers. Now here's what's crazy about this. To go Nexus, you only need still 4 Voyagers. See, the qualification between Vanguard Pro and Nexus doesn't change, except for 25,000 LV to 50,000 LV. All right? How do you go Oracle? And this is what we're going to focus on today. All right? For all of you. For those of you that are higher, we will do personal strategy calls with you. All right? But I need you to understand this is really how simple it is. What do you need in order to go Oracle? You need 2 Vanguard Pros. Right? So if you need 2 Vanguard Pros, how many Voyagers do you need in different legs? Yours and everybody underneath you down. How many do you need? If you need 2 Vanguard Pros, How many Voyagers do you need? You need 2 to go Vanguard, 4 to go Vanguard Pro, right? You have to promote 2 Vanguards. How many do you need? I want to see it in the chat box. Very simple. 8. Come on. So simple. 8 Voyagers. All right? Voyager is the key that unlocks everything. How many Voyagers can we create? Because this is all we're doing if you really think about it. You get started. You have people come in. Get your 3. From there, everybody else we're building underneath the team. All right? You want to invite as many people as you can. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. Let's say that there's a leg that has 10 people in it. Just keep going straight down. All right? I'm going to teach you something today. This is going to change your life. This is all you got to do. Let's say that this goes down 9 levels deep, right? They kept putting in $100. All right, let's say this person has 100, this person has 100, this person has 100, this person has 100. All right, this person has 100. It keeps going. All right? This person right here comes in and puts in 10K. Who understands that this person just turned every single one of these into a Voyager? Does everybody understand that? This one person that came in underneath all of these people now gave them a Voyager. Now, what does that mean? Now, all of these people, all they need in order to go Vanguard is create a Voyager on their second leg or their third leg, right? They already got one leg checked off. Now you need one more to go Vanguard. You need how many? 2 Voyagers. One person can put a whole line of people in. Now, very simple. This person's now Vanguard. What do we need to go Vanguard Pro? I need 2 Vanguards. How do I get 2 Vanguards? Well, I help 2 people get 2 Voyagers. Now, this person comes in, boom, check, they're Vanguard. What does that mean? I need one more person. Say this leg is Voyager already, VOY. They're only one leg building. You call them and say, hey, Jeff, you already got one leg and you're already qualified for Voyager. I know you haven't started building much, but you've already got a bonus and you're already in a position that we can start to scale this. And people are making a lot of money with this, but you just got to get the foundation set so it can run. Now we go all in helping them get their second Voyager. Once they do that, boom, Vanguard, you get promoted to Pro. Someone put yes in the chat box if you understand it really is that simple. There's nothing complex about this. All right? And don't let my awful drawing here on this whiteboard confuse you in any capacity. This is written out in your back office just as simply as I'm writing it out here, if not even more clearly put. Okay? Now, the next thing that I did for you guys is we built out a marketing system. I am making updates through that right now. This is version 1 of what is out there, but I want to pull this up for you so you guys can see this. At this point, I have made this 100% free for you. All right, there's definitely updates and upgrades that are happening, but I've created an entire funnel platform for you so you can go and start sharing this with as many people as possible. On this funnel, when you come to it, the secret to making money while you sleep. I'm going to be making updates and upgrades on this. You don't have to do anything but continue to share this with people. All right, Jeff, before I continue, did our guest get to hop on again? Or is the signal?
No, sir. No, I think she's got internet issues for where she is with her location.
All right,
So
all
no,
good.
I haven't heard from her.
Okay, thank you so much. So guys, I want you to see this. This new system is officially created for you. All right, this is the Pro AI Finance marketing system that I built for you so you can go and start building your team in a way that is next level. All right, when it comes to the rotator system, I want to talk about this. All right, the rotator system is game changing. When you get started on this, there's a roadmap to success that lays out exactly what you need to do. You need to log in the account, boom, the first check is there. Then you need to enter your AURUM code. Where do you get your AURUM code? Very simple. You go to your AURUM back office. All right here at the top, that's your code. After the U// that's your code. All right, so you're going to come in and enter that in your back office. It lets you do this here. All right, so once your code is entered, then you're going to put your picture. Upload your favorite picture of yourself. All right, then you want to make sure that your rotator link is set. And then at that point, when you copy your link and begin to share it, this will then check off. And now you've done 6 out of the 22 steps. The next step is very simple. Set up your smart rotator system. Okay, let's go to it. Check rotator. All right. In your rotator system, guys, once your code is added, I want to show you all you need to do. Copy your link. This link right here is the link that is building out the team underneath you. Okay? So what you're going to get, all the email automations are already built into this, but the reason why I built this in the way that I have, there was some upgrades and updates that I'm making, literally built this from scratch for you. All right? Now it's set where you can go and start pushing this very heavily. Everybody on the team has access to this. All you got to do is go sign up for it. I'll post the link in the chat afterwards. All right? Absolutely free. You can go and get all of your team members on this. But what's beautiful about this is with the Smart Rotator link, when you go share your link with the prospect, once you have your 3 personals, and it's very important that you do this, guys, if you have already got 3 personals in your AURUM business, come right here and check this off. And it says field. Why? Because now, anytime you bring in someone, it is going to look into your team in your Pro AI Finance system and see who the next available person is that doesn't have their 3 personals. And it's going to give that lead to them. Now, here's the beautiful part. You get notified about that lead, and it also tells you who the lead was given to. So you can still go in and manage your team in that way. And one of the updates that I made with this is even with team leads, now you can go through and look at who was introduced by you. So there's updates that I'm making and additional features that I'm building in week after week. Again, we're just rolling this out. But this is something right here that, guys, we could easily charge $100 a month for anybody to use this. There's AI built in it. I have costs built in it, development, you name it. All of that is built into it, and I've given it to you for free. Who understands that this is an absolute gold mine for you? All right, we're going to be doing weekly trainings on how to use this. You can go in and you can change the status of the ones that you suggested or refer to the platform. You obviously can't change the lead of someone else's. All right, but this is built out very simple. One of the other things that I did was I added the team tree so you could see with the rotator link who is where in that process. So this is something new that I've added this past week to this that is going to make it even easier for you to be able to physically see the way that the Smart Rotator link is building out your team. And what you want to do, and it's very important, is that you get as many people to get their 3 as fast as possible so the distribution can go further in depth. We want to push as many people in the team as possible. Now, this is also something that's very important about this. Do not let these people just go through the system and think that the system is going to do absolutely everything for you. Yes, it is communicating to them via email on your behalf. Yes, it is walking them through what to do. But someone put a 1 in the chat box so you understand that relationship takes everything further. I love AI. I love systems. They're amazing. But systems do not replace human interaction. You can push someone through the system and then say, hey, let's knock this out. Let's complete this. And that's the way that you need to treat this system. Okay, you can go in and see all your team members. You can personally copy this link in your Pro AI Finance system back office. You can copy this and you can sign up all of your team members right there. One of the previous things that were keeping the funnel from working perfectly was you needed to then verify your account. So when you went to enter in your team members, previously before I made the update, that member needed to come in and verify their account Because it's important that if you put in someone's code, it's the right code, right? We don't want to be giving our leads, our team members away to the wrong person. Or if I mistype the wrong number, that could be a whole nother person in the system or no one at all. So initially, the verification was required in order for the team members you're adding that didn't sign up through your link, right? Under the team members tab, there's a link that you can sign up your people, or you can add them here. If you add them here, make sure you type the code in right. All right, what you would do, very simply put, go here, right? For this example, say that I was going to add Muhammad to my rotator link. All right, now at this point, we're going to add Muhammad, and I'm not going to push this through because this is someone else's. So I'm going to write their name in, add team member, this is their name. And just copy and paste, guys. Make sure it is right. If you don't know if it's a 0 or if you don't know it's an O, don't try to type it. Just copy and paste it so you know that it is accurate. All right? You would come here, boom, post it, add to my team. And now that's going to add them to your rotator link. And the next person that you bring in, because you have your 3, it is going to be distributed to one of the people underneath. Okay? So this is very powerful. The updates prior that were being done are completed. So this is ready to go. There's also some amazing copy paste messages that you can use. I built out an AI hub in this. This has 5 different AI features that you can use to create your flyers, to create posts, to talk to prospects, to deal with objections, and to create video scripts. All right. So if you just got started and you went Vanguard, right? Or let's say you just went Voyager, okay? You're going to come here, type in your name, Josh Feltz. You're going to upload your picture, all right? Let me pull up a picture really quickly and I'll show you guys. I think I have one, yeah. All right, this has a white background to it, so this is why this looks like this. All right, we can zoom. See, you can zoom in. All right, move this down. All right, and when you download it, you could double click it, save image as. All right. And it's only because I have the white background that this looks like this, but guys, I'll show you really quickly. Boom. Now it's there. You share a normal picture, all that space would be filled out for you. All right. And you can go out, has your name on it. You can share it. Your flyer's created. What's also beautiful about this is I have a compliance built into the AI as well. So it also scans to make sure that what you're posting is compliant. Okay. This is very, very important. With what we're doing here, this is something that we just need to protect the house. All right. This is a very special opportunity to do something very amazing here in this platform. All right. So you can go here. If you're not good at posting, you don't know what to say, don't put some random message out on social media. Come and have conversation here with the AI. Tell them where you want to post, what type of post, an urgent post, a casual post, an inspiring post. All right. Let's say that you have a prospect. This is someone that's cold. You never met him. All right. Talk about, and let me explain this to you. The better that you can feed this information, the better that it will craft your message. People use AI in such a terrible way that they just think it's a blanket thing. Hey, send out a message and tell them this. Guys, get personal. All right. This is a cold person. All right. I'm going to say it's Jeff. Jeff, you have 3 kids, right?
Yes, sir. 3 boys.
Jeff is a father of 3 boys, always doing a business opportunity, loves to inspire people, and looking to make some serious money. All right, his name is Jeff. Look, cold, let's say I never met Jeff before. Generate message. All right, I want you guys to check this out. Here we go. This is so much better than the messages people send me. It's crazy. Hey, Jeff, saw you're always on the lookout for new opportunities, and I really admire your drive to inspire others. With 3 boys, I bet you're constantly thinking about the future. I've stumbled upon something in the AI trading space that's generating some serious buzz, and it immediately made me think of you and your passion for making a real impact. Would you be open to hear a quick overview of what it is? Someone put a 1 in the chat box if you understand that you could be feeding this information all day long. Now let's change the situation. Let's say this is hot. Check this out, guys. Change the conversation just a little bit. All right? Hey, Jeff, know you're always looking for smart opportunities to provide for your boys and inspire others. I immediately thought of you. I'm working with something truly groundbreaking in AI trading that's generating serious passive income, and I think you'd be blown away by it. Are you free for a quick call this week to see how this could seriously impact your family's future? All right? You also have me as your AI coach in this. So what do you want to do? You want to grow your team? You want to write a post? You want to analyze your pipeline? Guys, I have built all this in for you so you can use this. Use the system. All right? Use the system. Objection handler. All right? I need to think about it. Told me they like it, but they are scared of what could happen if it goes wrong. All right, handle objection. All right, listen. I completely understand that taking a new step, especially with advanced technology, can feel daunting. It's natural to consider potential risk. All right? Please don't copy and paste this part. It's giving you tone and it's giving you things. This is the part right here that you can use. All right? Many of our clients initially share that concern. However, our focus is mitigating those what ifs through robust design and continuous monitoring, ensuring stability and reliability, right? Like at the end of the day, everything that you need is right here. If you want to go and start making reels, shorts, how long do you want it to be? You want it to be 30 seconds? You want a quick reel that you can make? Tell it what you want it to do. Talk about however you want to frame it and watch it build a script for you. I have 5 different AI tools that you can use right here in the AI Hub that's absolutely amazing. Your funnels are here. Unless you're getting your personals, use the Smart Rotator link. The only time that you're going to use these 2 links is if you are personally getting your 3. Once you've gotten your 3, you don't need to do that anymore. Okay? Super powerful. Last few things. You can change your picture here. You can update your code. If you need support in the system, you can go directly here and you can ask it, and the AI will support you, as well as then if the AI cannot fix your problem, our team then will come in and we will then take care of it for you. All right. This is all something that everyone should be paying for, but right now you have it for free. I have invested in you. Now, my request of you is to now invest in yourself. Is to now go and look in your team and let's create a team culture of winners. I want someone to write win in the chat box for me if you agree. It's not just enough for me to win. It's not just enough for you to win. We need an entire team of people that are winning in the highest capacity. And we have the ability to do that in an amazing, amazing, amazing way. So what I'm going to do right now, and we're going to wrap up this first call for today. We have another one coming up tonight at midnight Eastern time. I want to invite you to go and get as many people as you possibly can on. Josh, it's a Saturday night. Who wants to be up at midnight? Well, it depends. Someone that wants freedom, someone that's willing to show up. Over in Australia, it's perfect time. It's afternoon time for them. So I need you to understand, Jeff right now, he's in Australia. It's 3 a.m. and he's up. Why do you think Jeff made 6 figures the last 100 days? Because he shows up. See, this is a platform that anybody and everybody can win. You just got to show up, take the right steps, and do the right things that bear and bring the right results. This is not complex. Someone put yes in the chat box if you have learned something today that you can go and take to grow your business to the next level. I want you to go look in your business right after this call. If Jeff is your upline, reach out to Jeff and say, hey, I want to plan a strategy call with you, or I want to get my top 10 leaders on a strategy call and let's go through this together. See, right now is not about, let me just show up and do webinars. No, this is intentional. This is very, very intentional so we can go get out of it what we're looking to get out of it. You know, the people that brought me into this business, they're making $40,000 a day right now. My $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a day seems like nothing, but it's 10 times what you're making right now. And people are then making 10 times what I'm making right now. Someone put a 1 in the chat box if that shows you there is massive potential all the way up beyond where I am. All right? This is about we, the community. There is no individual here that is more important than any other individual. And as a team, I want you to understand, we put in 2,900 people in the last 115 days. What's crazy is we could go to 5,000 to 10,000 people in the next 30. Everybody brings 3 people this week. The next 7 days, up until April 25th, next Saturday, I want everyone to focus on bringing at least 3 new people into your business that you personally brought into the team. Use the smart rotator link so it goes into your team and watch your business 3x in 1 week. Watch your business double in 1 week. All right, it's simple numbers. The more the numbers grow, the easier it is to scale, right? Who agrees that 10% of 10,000 is the same from a percentage wise as 10% of 100? But the physical impact is very different. 10% of 100 is $10. 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. Same 10%, different amount to scale into. All right? Different capital base. Same thing with your team. Guys, you have 1,000 people there. 1,000 people get 2 more people this week each. That's 3,000 people. Your initial 1,000 plus the additional 2,000 now. All right? So the same way that it works with money, you can multiply your money. Someone put a 2 in the chat box if you also understand. You can multiply your business. All right? And I want you to show up with both in mind. Multiply money, multiply my business. Multiply my income, multiply my team's income. It truly is that simple. And get intentional. Stop lollygagging with this. What do you want? How bad do you want it? What are you willing to do to get it? It really is that simple. There is no complexity in this picture. It's just action, intentional action and consistency. It may not happen in a night. I was $40,000 short of my goal on day 100. 40,000. On day 101, I was $20,000 past my goal. Who understands that? 1 day later, in a matter of 3 minutes, I shared about this on the last call that we did on Wednesday. In a matter of 3 minutes, I hit the elite bonus, $20,000, and the magnet bonus, $50,000, in a matter of 3 minutes. It took me 101 days to get there. But in 3 minutes, $70,000 kicked out, which was more than I had made in commissions leading up to that moment. So I need you to understand for your income too. This is how this builds with this system. It may look small initially, but it's a crescendo effect. Boom. And then it takes off from there. All right. So someone put yes in the chat box. Do you believe that now is your time to win? One of the things that I believe wholeheartedly is when God says it's your time to win, it's your time to win. And the only thing that can stop you is you. That's the crazy part about it. You have the vehicle, you have the team, you have a real community you can grow with right now. The question is, what are you going to do with what is in your hands? People are making and becoming millionaires with this platform. Why not you? Someone write me in the chat box if you are ready to run to 7 figures. I'm talking about run. And it may take 6 months. It may take 9 months. It may take 1 year. But I promise you, the more intentional you get, the more persistent you get, and the more intelligent you get, and then act upon that intelligence, the more successful you will be. Now, here's the crazy part. We just did this the first 100 days without a system. can all of you agree that with the system, we can take this much further? Someone put a 777 in the chat box so you understand that the first 100,000 came through hustle. The next 900,000 is going to come through systems. I need you to understand me. The first 100,000 came through hustle. The next 900,000 that's going to drive you into the world of being a millionaire if you're not already one is going to be from using a system that is working for you. The same way that your money works while you sleep, let the system work for you. Your team members, instead of having to jump on a three-way call with you, jump into the system and let the system work for you. Have them watch the opportunity video. There's step-by-step instructions on how to get started. Everything is there. Just push them along the path. Look at your leads, help get them in, and keep the boat moving. Rinse, repeat, do it again. All right? I'm going to put this in the chat box right now, and we're going to wrap the call up with this today. Here is the link to get started with the new marketing system. Putting it in the chat box right now. All right, it is there, everyone. Last thing I want to leave you with is this. Everything you ever dreamed is closer than you ever imagined. All right? What has been distant, what has seemed far away, far, far, far away. Maybe some of you, it's been hard to even envision it being possible. I need you to understand that in this moment, you are in the right place at the right time with the right community of people. And everything has the ability to shift. The question is, will you shift? Will you upgrade what you do? Will you upgrade how you show up? Because when you upgrade, everything around you starts doing the same. The system makes money whether we do anything or not. We just fund it. There's no intelligence needed with it other than I'm putting money into it. All right? And then from there, everything grows. So I want you to look at your team today. I want you to get signed up for the system. All right? Go get your team, go get your people, and let everyone know in all of the Telegram groups, all of the WhatsApp groups, you don't understand what you missed not being on this call. You better not miss the next one. No recordings will go out until the next 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. You are rewarded for showing up. All right? The first and most important part of success is that you show up. And when you show up, you give yourself a better ability to go.